Alright guys, so for today's video, I wanted to talk about this pec soreness that everybody gets right here in this upper armpit region. Coracobrachialis, pec minor, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of people have this issue with what holds them back on bench is they constantly have this pec soreness. And bear with me right now, I got a cold, so my throat is pretty sore and I can't talk very well. But this pec soreness, it's one of the hardest things to get to recover when you're benching heavy or benching with a high frequency. And a lot of guys struggle with, what do I do about that? How do I get around that? And I'm going to show you how in today's video. So a few of the things I like to do to combat against this are, basically a lot of soft tissue warm-up work with a lacrosse ball. So you're going to see in the clips coming up here, I'll take a lacrosse ball and I go up against a wall. And the first thing I like to do is dig into the trap region. So you got to be leaning against the wall, dig into that trap region and loosen all this up. Loosening all this up is going to help downstream. It's going to help everything from the scapula to the tightness in the pec tendons, or not in the bicep tendon area, I should say. So do all of that, and then I want you to take the lacrosse ball, lean against the wall, and dig into this region quite a bit. So dig into here, dig into the delt, get all of that, and try to break up some of that scar tissue, and that's going to greatly cut back on the soreness in the days and weeks to come. And the more you stay on top of that, with doing that after your bench sessions, the better the following bench sessions are going to be. So you can do it before, but I would definitely do it after benching, and that's going to help out big time. Another one I like to do, you can do the doorway, single arm doorway pec stretch to kind of open things up in here as well. That's going to be a huge help as well to keeping that from getting so tight. And then the last thing I would do, take a PVC pipe and let's do banded shoulder shoulder dislocations, I should say. And if you don't have a PVC pipe, you can use a band to do these dislocations. That's always another option as well. But the banded shoulder dislocations and the PVC pipe shoulder dislocations, they really help stretch out everything in this region. It really opens that up and pulls on it quite nicely. And if you do all these things, you should be well on your way to having pain-free bench sessions where you can push as heavy as possible. Another thing that should not be overlooked is the concept of doing getting a slightly bigger arch. So the benefit of having a slightly bigger arch is that there's less stretch on the area. You're not having to create such a pull at the bottom of the bench because you're in a better position. So I'm not one of these guys who has a crazy arch anyway, and a lot of you guys don't as well, but having some degree of an arch where you're working on a back opener with a medicine ball, that will help as far as getting into position as well as stretching out the hip flexors. So these are some of the things you can try out to see if they're beneficial to you, and these are some things that should really help you avoid that soreness in the pec minor, upper armpit region, and be on your way to hitting bench PRs again. If you guys like the content, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with more videos like this in the weeks to come. I'm 217 pounds right now. Gonna max here in about 3 weeks again. We'll retest the lifts. I'm feeling very good about where those will be at, and Lord's been good to me. I'm staying in the Word, trying to read the Bible as much as possible. Right now I'm in 2 Samuel, and it's just one of the more things I'm going to open up about in the videos to come. And let me know if you guys want to hear more about that.